Down, 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 down. Also, cat scratch fever. Down, down, down. I don't know why that was coming through too, but Eye of the Tiger was first. And I don't know. It's also like I was getting again, like Ring of Fire kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of swirling energy around. Sorry, and I'm yawning because it's early in the morning. Spirit woke me up. And I was not expecting this detailed of a message. I was expecting just more simple. But then this happened. And I'm tired. But I'm here for the message. I'm going to tell you the message. It's the Supernova Sun Goddess because it's an important message. It's a big message, but it's an important message. So I'm so sorry. I'm going to be yawning. But if I'm tired, I'm sure you're tired too. All right? So let's be tired together. Happy Saturday. This is about illumination. Okay, a lot of it is about illumination. And I was trying to start recording this a second ago and I restarted it. But I was being drawn to this card, and this says, what you want wants you, right? So, and I've noticed that, you know, it's kind of interesting to take a step back and like look at the things that you're attracted to, like even just when you're shopping, you know what I mean? Like, because what you're attracted to when you're shopping and stuff like that, it kind of like naturally defines you, right? I mean, what you're attracted to naturally defines you. And sometimes we need to take a step back and look at what we're attracting and why we're attracting that, right? Or like why people are treating us in certain ways. Are we treating ourselves in that way also? Or are we just allowing people to treat us that way because of, you know, other reasons? Sometimes we gotta dive deep, you know, especially after a storm. And there's been a lot of things going on, you know, when you get in a big fight with somebody, a lover or a friend or a family member. You know, sometimes it takes time going through things to, you know, a little soul searching to like understand, you know, gain some wisdom as to maybe some things that you're doing or other people are doing are harming your way of life or their way of life or just your path, right? And we all want to, you know, be our best and do our best at the end of the day. At least I do. I hope that for the rest, right? So anyway, let's really jump in here. So illumination. We've got the Seven of Wands and the Judgment card. So it's like there's a lot of things that are coming to light right now and a lot of things that are being rearranged. That's how I have felt, but it's also been like a really kind of shocking, jarring time, right? Like they're kind of like shockingly green and they're really bright. So, and judgment, you know what I mean? So it's like Judgment Day. It's like there's just things are like lights are flashing, right? You know what I mean? Like signs, signals. I don't know. Like, I don't know if you're looking, if you're aware. Are you in Vegas? I don't know. What kind of lights and signs have you been noticing lately about your life? I also love how this like ended with the swirl right in the middle there. I didn't even mean to do that. It's like I just love how things work out sometimes. Same here. Same here. That's so funny. Okay, anyway. See, I just love seeing little things like that in life. So, with that being said, illumination. Oh, I'm so sorry for the yawns. Okay. Things that you care about, right, is what is really important right now is with all this like wisdom illuminating, Five of Cups here, and look, there's like a little knife at the bottom, and we've also got freaking Seven of Cups here, and there's also another knife there. So, and this one was giving me interesting vibes. Initially when I see this card, it always reminds me of a funeral. It just does. But, you know, Seven of Cups is usually about like options and dreams and can be about confusion between these options, right? But to me, it's like since I like initially got funeral, especially, I don't know, when I looked at it this time and then I'm looking at all these and this has a knife and it's the 5 of Cups. It's like there is something to really say goodbye to in your life, to allow a funeral for, like, or maybe a few things, right? And I don't know, or maybe you do need to just say goodbye to someone in your life. Maybe someone did pass away recently, and it's just going to be really hard for you to let them go, but you're going to have to let them go in order to grow, right? Because that's, people come, people go, so do situations, and so do like versions of yourself, right? So, and the 9 of Swords, like smack in the middle, and 7 of Pentacles. It's just like, I feel like there's been a lot of like emotions, a lot of words between you and somebody. And it really is just time to be real with yourself. Like, what are you getting from the situation? Are you receiving from the situation? This is the receiving card. Are you receiving things that are helping you heal? Does this go with the rhythm of your life? Do you like feeling the way that you feel when you're interacting with this thing? Or do you really want this thing? How badly do you want this thing? How badly do you want to keep this thing in your life? Or do you need it? Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is really a time to really think deeply about the things to keep and ex-nay out of your life, right? Because like there's some things that, like, even if they're causing a little bit of a disturbance, sometimes that can be a huge disturbance in your life, because like little things add up over time and then cause a bunch of like nagging energy surrounding it. You know, it's like almost like when there's just one gnat and you're like, okay, it's just one gnat, it's not a big deal. And then all of a sudden there's like all these gnats and you're like, where did all these gnats come from? Why are they here? You know what I mean? And then you're like constantly like swatting them away or telling them to go away because they're annoying, and the gnats just keep wanting whatever, a piece of whatever is around you, right? That's why the gnat is around you, is because it wants something, usually. It's why a yat, interesting, a yat, like yak, yeah, talking. And you know, when gnats hang around you, it usually means that someone's like talking about you, or like has not great wishes for you. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of energy. Like they're jealous, hungry, want something, or they're talking shit, you know, because gnats like hang around shit. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Anyway, because they're gnats, right? So anyway, think about the gnats that are in your life. That's an interesting message here. But like, you know, people that may be like speaking ill will or ill plans, or just not helping the plans in your life, if they're not helping you feel better, then maybe they should leave. You know what I mean? That's a very interesting message that I just got from that for something else. Wow. Yeah. If you're not, if someone's, vice versa. Like, if you're helping someone feel, oh my God, sorry, this was just a lot. If you're helping someone feel better, but they're not helping you feel better, then you should leave. Yeah, you should leave. Oh my gosh. But, oh my God, yeah, if they're helping you feel better and you're not helping them feel better, then they should leave. But also, they're like, it depends on that, right? Like, sometimes people are making you feel better because you're not helping yourself, right? And there's something for you to look at. But sometimes people just aren't making you feel better because they just straight aren't happy. So don't get that message twisted, okay? It was igniting something in my mind from the past that I really needed to think about for a second, that really also ties into this message. You know what I mean? Wow, I can like feel this in my throat and everything. Like, oh, I'm like holding back to talk about it, but I can't get into it right now. It's too much. It's too much. So anyway, Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay. And the reason for this is because we've done so much hard work. So much hard work that we can't have people telling us to leave anymore when we've done nothing but make them feel better, right? That's part of that message where that comes from, is because one time someone told me to leave when they were being completely awful. And like, leave their home when they were being completely awful. And I was so shocked and shattered, flabbergasted, you know what I mean? Because no one had ever told me to leave before. And I was just like, that was shocking to me, right? For someone to do that to me. And then that goes into a whole other story. But anyway, there shouldn't be things like that. Like, you've worked, and at the time, I had worked and I have worked so hard on myself. But especially at that time, I had worked so hard on myself and been through so much for someone to sit there and tell me to leave and say that I was being a problem when I was not being a problem. They were being a problem, and they were mad that I was putting up boundaries and that I was standing my ground, standing up for myself. And that's why that person told me to leave. But that is a huge, no wonder they're like making my throat hurt. They're like, you need to talk about this. This is a big part of the message. Because yes, it's so important after all the hard work that you've done. Like, no matter what, like, you can be illuminating, like bringing Judgment Day to someone else. And that's especially when they are going to try to hurt you or try to flip, the script or the table on you. You know what I mean? And like try to take down all of your hard work and make you feel like, like you haven't done that hard work, because they haven't done that hard work and they know it and they feel like crap, okay? And those types of people are not the type of people that you need to have in your life anymore. So, and I knew off the bat that this was like a really big decision, like about this reading, but this just got even deeper and it's becoming even more clear, which is why they're making me talk about this stuff, which I understand, because it's helpful not just to me, but to other people for multiple messages in my life. So, because like you should be like dancing with the rhythm of yourself. Like, you are in receiving mode because you have been through so much. It is your time to receive, and it is time for you to get what you fucking want, because you deserve it, because you've been through so much darkness that you deserve like some freaking blazing magical eye of the tigerness, you know what I mean? Like, behind this, right? Like, you deserve equality, and you have been observing, right? And so it is really important to sit back and observe right now through all of your hard work. Okay, because you need to really trust yourself, because you know what you've been through and you've learned a lot about people, right? Like, especially after all these storms of how people have treated you. You know who you are. And whenever I say that, like, it's real. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm so sick and tired of, like, how many people have tried to sit there and tell me who I am. I'm sorry, have you met me? You don't know who the fuck I am. You don't know the dreams I have literally had. You didn't know my dad, my family. Like, it's just, people don't know. And they love to sit there and tell you that they do know you, but they don't know you. They only know how you treat them or, certain other things. But they don't know your will. They don't know your true inner power. They don't. They don't know what you are capable of. They don't know what you really want to create. They don't really know your inner desires unless you've really been that vulnerable with them, but if they're using your vulnerabilities against you like that, then that is not a friend or a lover, okay? That's not someone that you should have in your life and trust. You should know that. If they're using like things about yourself against you, ooh, girl, that's a message for me. If someone ever tries to use something against you that's vulnerable, that is not a friend. That is not a friend. That is what this looks like right here. That is freaking someone you cut off, you know what I mean, that is sad about themselves, that literally just loves to word vomit on top of everyone because they literally feel dead inside. Wow. And they need to do the work, and they haven't done the work. Oh my gosh. Wow. Because your freaking fierceness and happiness is what is important at the end of the day. And I don't freaking care who tells you otherwise. Like, you need to be fiercely happy, actually. Yes, 100% fiercely happy is very important. Absolutely important to the nines. Which brings me over here. To like this little like kind of cross situation that I made too. It started with the Sacred Fool, and when that came out, it came out like with these, you know, I mean, same cards, right? But so the same deck. Now I'm getting a burp. Excuse me. When the Sacred Fool came out, I was looking at it like, this is your time to be the fucking puppeteer and to like control, you know, your life and what is dancing in it, right? Which includes the people that you decide to have in your life to dance around you and speak to you, right? And if they're speaking to you in ill will and using like your vulnerabilities against you and trying to illuminate things about yourself that are not true, and you absolutely know who you look at this girl, she absolutely knows who she is, you know. So does she, and so does she. Like, and she's freaking got Pandora's gift, you know what I mean? Like, and another owl here. Like, we are full of wisdom, like so full of wisdom, and that's a completely different deck. And a tiger, you know what I mean? Like, there's just like, there's clearly so much power here. Like, come on. So anyway, back to the cross. Sacred Fool. So it's your time to be the one that's in control of your dreams and your life and the people that freaking are influencing you, right? Because this is your life. You are wearing the hat. You know what I mean? Whether you're the jester, the fool, the king, the queen, the harlot, the freaking silversmith, you know, whatever you are, glassblower, you know, I don't know. It is up to you to wear the hat and make the decisions for your life now, instead of other people influencing you and making decisions or telling you who you are. You know who you are. You should. You put the hat on your head, right? So you decide who you are, because you are the one that dresses yourself every day. So you are in control, right? If you don't know that, now you do. So, just like, you know, I don't know if you're aware, but yeah, when you dress yourself in the morning, you're dressing yourself, you know what I mean? Like, you walk around and live your life, not anyone else, okay? So relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. Yeah, so like, just again, like, observe. Stop, observe, and look around. Look at what people are doing. Look, you know what I mean? Like, her eyes are closed, but like, she's listening and she's feeling, you know what I mean? And like, look at all this light, and like, that's her light, right? Like, it's surrounding her. So like, you know what your light is the point here. And like, again, it's like, in the world, not of the world. So again, like, relax and hold it and be quiet. Like, it's all about like being, you know, in your world and not other people's world. This is your life. Like, you are here. You are not over there or under their pillow. You are here on your pillow. This is your life, you know? And it's your legacy. Like, this is literally all about legacy and like your ancestors and like the spirit of your life and what you want to do, and like for your children after, like the mark that you want to leave. Like, so it's up to you how you want to freaking go about this life. Do you want to go about it like feeling that everybody pushed you around and that you didn't attain the things or do the things that you wanted to do? You know, like, do you want to leave here feeling empty or disappointed? I hope not. You know what I mean? I hope you want to leave feeling magical and like rewarded, and that you, I don't know, like, proud of like your time that you spent here. You know what I mean? Like, and that there isn't any hate to go back with, you know what I mean? Like, and if there is, then you need to change that, like, literally right now. If there's something, any kind of hate that you have in your heart about something, you need to go fix that. You need to go fix that. That's not healthy, okay? You know, like, the soul is so important, and we want to feed our soul. We want to love our soul. We want to have wings. We don't want to sink into the abyss and, you know, crumble and forever in the freaking flames. You know what I mean? It's we can get burned and come out as a phoenix. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like, we can handle that, but we don't want to sit here and torture ourselves anymore, right? So, especially with love. And if someone has been making you feel less than equal for a very long time, then I don't think they are your equal. You know what I mean? Like, maybe, I mean, she doesn't look very happy, honestly. Like, she looks like she's like, fucking go away, Neptune. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, maybe some people should just stay far away. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter, like, how cool Neptune is, the power that Neptune has, you know, or the cool things on his head, whatever is going on, you know, like, or the seahorses. Like, sometimes it's better to be left alone and happier than dealing with this person that looks like he's making her cry. You know what I mean? Like, no one should be dealing with anyone that is trying to make you upset. So that's the big chunk of the message. So if anyone's been making you upset, please take the time to listen to yourself, gather your thoughts after, you know, thinking about things through clearly, and think about if they're helping you with the will of your life or not. Like, are they helping you with your will of being happy? If they're not helping you create happiness or good memories or success, then they need to go. If they're just annoying you and causing a problem and projecting negativity onto your life, unfortunately, you're going to have to pull the wisdom card and say, I love you, but I don't want you in my life right now. You aren't helping me illuminate anything further, and you're not working with my rhythm. And I don't want to receive that negative energy right now, so therefore, toodaloo, you know what I mean? Sorry about it, but it's hard being a goddess and being fiercely happy. And I want to stay fiercely happy or be fiercely happy. So I'm going to protect that with all my hard work. And I'm going to say goodbye. So with that being said, I hope you guys have a beautiful day. It's 22:15 on the timer. It's a pretty good number. You know, some self-love, some new beginnings, some change in there. That's what this reading is all about. So go with your eye of the tiger and freaking get this day, my baby dolls. I love you. Supernova Sun Goddess out.